Hey everyone, and welcome to another speed build. Today we are building a micro home in a sort of Tudor style. Not sure how realistic it is. I don't think that Tudor homes are usually this tiny, but I really just like the look of it. It's so cute in my opinion, and I really love the way that this house turned out. Anyway, we're building here on this lot called Little Falls Nook. It is so cute. It came with the new high school pack, and I've been building here a lot lately just because of how cute it is. And of course, I am building in the season of fall. This isn't necessarily like a autumnal build, but it's an autumnal build, if that makes sense. I definitely knew I wanted it to be the fall season. And I just love it, like the little red and yellow trees in the background. It just adds so much to the vibe. But anyway, this video is a little shorter than a lot of the videos that I've been putting out recently, which I think is good. I mean, I love the builds that I've been doing recently, but I get it, you know, not everyone has time to sit down and watch like a 35-minute speed build. But anyway, the shape has come together for this little micro home. I tried to make the shape interesting. I feel like, at least for myself, when you're working with only 32 tiles, sometimes the shape of your home can get a little boring and like a little boxy. So I was trying to stay away from that. I didn't want to fall into that trap. I add like a big bump out to the side that's supported by some beams. I add a big chimney in the front as like a statement piece. And I even add this useless little roof piece in the front to sort of just add a little bit of detail and cuteness. And yeah, just like leaning into those details that add a lot visually but don't add a lot of tiles, if that makes sense, so that I could stay under the tile count. In just a second here, I'm gonna go in with some really small base game fences and add a little bit of detail to the roof here, sort of over the front door, and make a little awning moment, I guess, just a little bit of extra detail up here. And this doesn't add any floor tiles either, as long as you go in and delete any random floor pieces that may spawn. But yeah, just a cute little detail, adding some more columns, making it look nice. And now we're moving on to landscaping. So my vision for the landscaping was I wanted it to be very, very cohesive with the world around it, almost seamless, like as if someone had come to this little area, saw it was really, really cute, and there wasn't a lot of space, only just a little bit of space, enough for a micro home maybe, and they just built their home here surrounded by the natural landscape. Most of the landscaping is from the high school years catalog because this lot is in the high school world, Copperdale it's called. So there's a lot of these really big rocks that are just sort of like scattered around the lot, and also a lot of these high school years daisies that are really cute, and a few bushes. And I just like kind of scatter those around kind of haphazardly, trying to make it look natural and again cohesive with the existing landscaping. And I think I achieved that look pretty well. And when I upload this video, it will be October, so happy spooky season, everyone. This build isn't a very spooky start to the month, but it does give some autumnal vibes, I feel like. I feel like this like warm wood color that I'm using with the pillars and the half-timbered wallpaper, I think that's very fall. And then like, of course, you've got the red and yellow trees in the background, changing color with the season. So it's like autumnal but tasteful. It's, you know, it's October vibes but tasteful. And don't get me wrong, I have some builds coming up that are like not tasteful. They're like overly autumnal, if that makes sense. Like imagine that like a pumpkin threw up on the build sort of deal. So I have a few of those coming, and those are like so much fun to make. I'm so excited for you to see those ones. So stay tuned. And now, of course, who could have predicted? I'm going in with these base game stones that I use in literally every single build to add a little pathway up to the home. And then I realized that they would look really cute if I just continued them all the way up to this little like faux patio area. And I love these stones, but I wanted them to be a little bigger, so I go in with the tool mod and make them like 10 or 20% bigger. And now because of that, I just have to like adjust the way they're laid out. And I think it turns out really, really cute. My go-to for these stones is to make just a little winding pathway up to the home. So I guess I'm branching out a little bit here by making a little patio moment. And I think it fits just because of like the natural vibes of this home. I've definitely tried doing this before with like a suburban home and it just didn't look quite right. So I guess like the natural built-in vibes made it look good. I don't really know. But now I'm going in with some terrain paint just to make things look a little more natural. And there's no really rhyme or reason to where I'm putting the terrain paint. I'm sort of just putting it all over. And now I'm just adding some vines to the exterior, especially on this chimney piece. I noticed there was a bit of gapping where the chimney meets the wall piece, if that makes sense. So I wanted to cover that up with these beautiful wisteria vines that came with cottage living, and I really liked the way that that looked, so I just added these vines kind of all over. I add some growing up that column, growing across the roof piece, and I even add some in the back in a second. And now I'm just adding, of course, some planter boxes with some flowers inside, just like little bits of detail to, again, make sure that this build does not look boring, because I have such a problem with that as far as micro homes go. And then I'm just adding some base game fence pieces, and we are heading on into the interior. So I really wanted to have like a beautiful staircase in here, but the minute that I got into the interior, I like saw, I think it hit me how small 32 tiles actually is, so I like immediately went for a ladder instead. But yeah, this is a 2-story home. So on the bottom here we have this little bathroom space that I'm working on now, as well as a kitchen area, and then upstairs we have like a bedroom space. So yeah, this is my favorite type of bathroom to do in micro homes because it takes up so few tiles. It's just a sink, a toilet, and one of those wall showers that came from university. And there's also one from Snowy Escape if you have it, but your Sims can walk right through it. So if you put it in the center tile, they can still access the toilet to one side and the sink to the other side. So it's a great little trick. I think I learned it from like Little Simsy when I first started getting into Sims videos and stuff like that. I tried to go with a lot of dark browns in the bathroom, as well as like a few olive green accents. That's definitely one of my go-to color schemes, and you'll see it come out in this kitchen area that I've begun working on as well. So I went with these cottage living countertops in this dark brown swatch. And then the appliances are also from Cottage Living. I think they are so cute. I was actually thinking of maybe using the appliances from Country Kitchen Kit because they are so cute. But then I was like, I'm doing so well keeping the number of packs very low, so I just didn't use them, even though I kind of really wanted to. I thought they would have gone really nicely with this kitchen. But if you download this and you have those packs, if you have the Country Kitchen Kit, then like by all means feel free to add those appliances or whatever appliances you like. But yeah, just playing around with a few decorations, not really sure exactly what I want to use. I'm thinking maybe I'll use like these aprons from base game, but then I switch it out for this little like apple painting from the base game. And then here by this front window, I decided to add a tiny little dining area. It barely fits, but it does fit, and I've play tested it, it's functional. But I just thought, even though it's a little cramped, it looks really, really cute and just adds to the homey vibes. I add some more olive green accents here with the chairs and that plant. and I just really love the way that this bottom floor turned out. Honestly, the interior is so cozy, and I think I had forgotten how much I really enjoy building the interiors of micro homes because they're so cozy. You know what I mean? Like it's like the difference between cramped and cozy is like very close, if that makes sense. But anyway, here we are upstairs working on this sort of loft area. You may have noticed I placed down a fireplace that is actually from Eco Lifestyle. Again, I was thinking like maybe I'll add this little piece because it's so cute, but I restrained myself. I do delete that. So don't worry if you don't have Eco Lifestyle, you can still download this build. I used the bed from Cottage Living and this old-fashioned looking alarm clock that's from Base Game, I want to say. And then I add a little dresser in this nook where I used to have that fireplace. And yeah, everything is functional up here. I will say that when I was playtesting this, the bed was blocking some of the furniture pieces, so when you download this build, the bed will be more scooted into the wall, if that makes sense, and then everything will be functional, and that's really the only difference. Just imagine it's exactly like this, but the bed is like slightly more scooted into the wall. But anyway, in this little nook here, I am adding a little desk moment using this table that is from Get Together, I believe, and this little typewriter computer that's from Cottage Living. And I've heard from a lot of people that they don't actually like that computer, but I'm like of the opposite opinion. I think it's really, really cute and it goes great in old-fashioned builds. But anyway, we're coming to the end of this video, so if you like it and you want to see more videos like it, feel free to subscribe or leave a like if you want to help me out. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!